We're rolling.
You making money doing that, man. Shirts off and selling diapers.
So I haven't heard you talk about what's next. It's got to be a problem. You guys have got to go back into the studio together. When is that going to happen? Or
He's looking at me because
Ask Jason.
I am under contract for my first solo record, which was Shameless Plug, was nominated for a Grammy in 2009.
That ain't shameless. Get it in.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Entitled Reflections. I had a #1 Billboard #1 hit on this, and #2. I think it reached #2. But because of my contract situation and approaching a second record, sophomore record, I'm not quite sure when I'll be able to do something like that. However, as a result of this weekend and just the stuff that we've been talking about as of lately, my little brother Jay Sean, who's we already talked about, is an incredible producer,
Man.
writer, and arranger, and just
Man.
he's so dope. I'm a big fan of
Man,
his.
me too.
And we're talking about doing a record with him. So we don't really know how long it's going to be, but if all goes well and God's willing and things pan out the way we hope that they do, I think that's something that we can look forward to.
Let me ask you this, Jason, and I'm not challenging you by any means, but how comfortable are you going back to secular music?
It's funny because a pastor friend of mine called me and said that he had some people ask him. So the best way to put it is our comfort level is extremely high because at 38 years of age, I believe so many of the things that we learned in Christendom, faith, and religion were very erroneous, very
He said erroneous.
very just wrong. And I believe that there are a lot of people that have a secular job, not only in medicine or in nutrition or whatever it be, but in music, because that seems to be where it gets all the focus and all the backlash.
Absolutely.
I think there's a lot of people in secular music and in acting, whatever media genre it is, that are very good Christian people. Because the bottom line at the end of the day, it's what's the content of your heart, and are you still going to maintain your walk before the people silently? I don't have to say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus when I'm on stage. I don't have to talk about, I'm so saved. The best thing for me to do is to walk circumspect and upright before God, quietly before the people. And I think that will speak volumes if I'm quiet and I do what I do and still be me, but with just a slightly different edge. You won't see me out there gyrating like I used to, and I won't be saying a few choice words like I used to.
Erroneously, you won't.
So I'm very comfortable. I have no problems with it, but I also have a sensitivity to anyone who wants to ask me, because I realize that as my ministry progresses, I have a responsibility to people who may not be as seasoned or as mature in Christendom, and they look at me and say, how can you do both? It's confusing. And so at any given time, I'm willing to share my heart and share my passion and share why I think it's okay.
And let me just say this to you, that I have no doubt in my mind where your heart is.
Thank you.
No doubt at all.
Thank you.
You know where his stomach is.
Nothing's changed, man.
Oh,
Is this what
This is
we're
my
gonna
dog.
do?
No, this week going back
I
to
got
the
something
other
for you
day.
Saturday, though. You don't even know.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Good surprise
I
for
hope she
you.
wearing something tight.
It's not a
Oh
she.
my God.
Well, I hope he wearing something tight.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. It's not
I
he
know.
either.
But
It's food.
that's what it is, man. We back, man. The real is back. The greatest to ever do it. Not Sam and Dave, but Jay and Dave.
And may I say something else?
Of course.
A lot of people, I get a lot of feedback and a lot of backlash from just the hearsay. I love Gemini. I don't really know Gemini, the guy who took my place after I left. I have a great respect for Gemini because he carried that torch for 15 years after I was gone with Dave. But yeah, but I want people to know that I love Gemini, and this is not okay, let's move Gemini out of the way. This is where it started. This is a big history. This Cleveland, Ohio, Gerald Levert, OJ's, Rude Boys, Minute. This has everything to do with the historical value, and I don't mean to make it, just put it on a pedestal in the sense of I'm very humble.
Put it there, brother.
I'm very humbled that we're able to be here to talk to you all because we were who we were 20 years ago. I love Gemini. I want people to know that Dave loves Gemini, I love Gemini, but this is just something that we have to do as Dave and Jason, as the original members, and Gemini will forever be etched in stone in Men-at-Large history, just not the same way as Dave and Jason.
Now, I know you brought up about the whole Joe Levert and that whole family there, but I look at it, and this might not really be true, but if you look at it, you guys are almost the last of the Mohicans.
When you really look at it, because the Rude Boys, God bless them, some of them are not doing well, some of them are doing
Only one.
this. Joe is doing well, and Bingo is doing well. Buddy, who we love, is he's going through his struggles and issues, and I think God is yet blessing him and helping him stay, progress. And Melvin, I'm not quite sure, I haven't heard much or seen much about Melvin.
They doing their thing. It's two Rude Boys, like two Temptations.
Right.
Yeah.
So in that sense, yeah, you're right. We are the last of the Mohicans, the original.
And it means something. Like you said, not to put it on a pedestal, but I thought this was just gonna be like a one-off, and maybe we did some more with them. But I've been getting calls from like L.A., Philly, Florida. Cats been hitting me up like, "What? You and Jay back together?" Like they knew us personally, and these are just cats that just hit me randomly on Facebook, because I'm very active with my Facebook, my Twitter at Dave Tolliver. I'm very active with it. I'm in the streets a lot. I had the little independent project, the Black Pavarotti. It's still available on iTunes. I ain't get a Grammy now, but I was #1 in the streets. And but cop that. Go get that Reflections, man. Go get that Black Pavarotti. They both on iTunes. They're available, man. But it's happening now. Dave Tolliver, Jason Lamar Champion is back. Porky Lamar. Oh, I want to be a star like Porky Lamar. Oh, let me say, before we go, big up to my man.
Before you say that, though, let me clarify. When I say Last of Mohicans, the Rude Boys are still there. It's just that they have two separate groups.
Right.
And so in that sense, we're the Last of Mohicans, because I don't want to be disrespectful to the Rude Boys.
Man, look, when we go on Unsung, we're going to tell you the whole story.
That's how we got with Trench and them.
All right, we going on Unsung. No, how we got on with Trench and them, because Wendy Williams started that. We got a whole story.
I told you in the studio we shouldn't put that in the record, and you never listened to me.
No, I don't remember you telling me that.
I told y'all when we was recording it down in Midtown. I told you.
Nah, I don't remember that. He always said, don't go, don't go.
You.
The Lord said, don't go, man.
I didn't say
Then the
that.
axle broke in the car.
Whatever, I told you.
Anyway.
Do you feel like a lot of weight is on you?
Yes, there's a lot of weight.
Every step I take. Every step I take, man. I lost a bunch of weight and gained half of it back, man. We getting older, man. I got arthritis, man.
I meant the weight.
You know what?
No, I know what you meant.
I mean, I feel like, for me personally, I feel like I want to represent. And I feel like that's what we're going to do. I think what we had, man, it's from the birth of our moms. You know what I'm saying? It's like written. I mean, I don't really feel pressure. Because I know I've stepped my game up, and he's always been great. So I had to get to his level. So I'm there.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You know what I mean?
So Saturday, so it's a tour.
Taking my shirt off like Rick Ross. He stole that from us.
That's funny.
We was the first ones to do that.
Little Richard. That's funny.
They never gave us nothing for that either.
That's funny.
We was the first ones to take our shirts off on stage.
No, I never did that.
What?
No, I didn't take it off
You ain't
on
walking
stage.
around with your barrel out.
No.
Oh.
Dave Tolliver, Jason Champion from Men-at-Large. This Saturday, the Soul Seduction Tour. Y'all make sure you're there. Carl Thomas, Donnell Jones, Dave Hollister, and Men-at-Large.
And now y'all finally get to know the difference between Dave Tolliver and Dave Hollister. Don't call me that no more. That's my dog. Yeah, they be calling it Dave Hollister. Y'all see the difference. Y'all see us two together. I'm going to make sure we can come on stage and do it.
We look forward to seeing you Saturday.
I can't wait, man.
Can't wait.
Thanks so much.
Hallelujah.
Sunday, we went to WCAK.